Shuttle buses to all the terminals depart from the lower level.
You can't smoke in the terminal. So arrest me.
Public transportation to downtown Chicago can be reached through pedestrian corridors, baggage claim areas in terminals 1 and 3. White buses go
Special Agent McFadden, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, and this is...
Special Agent Borland, FBI.
Well, I'm afraid that Inspector Thatcher is out of town. I'm Constable Fraser, Deputy Liaison Officer. And this is Constable Turnbull, our temporary assistant, interim associate Deputy Liaison Officer.
Oh, hi. Sorry, I didn't notice you.
Yeah. And this is Diefenbaker.
Your office.
Yes, please.
Would you like me to hold your calls?
Yes, I'd appreciate that.
And what reason should I give?
I'm sorry?
The Americans. Should I say you're in a meeting?
Yes, that would be good.
So it's not a secret meeting?
I'm sorry?
High level, interagency, off the record.
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Ah, good. Of course, if it was, you shouldn't even tell me. So perhaps it is secret and you just can't say. If that's the case, I understand.
It's not the case.
Ah, I understand. Canadian Consulate, Liaison Office. I'm sorry, but I can't tell you that. He may have ordered lunch from your establishment, or he may not have. Who's in there? Where?
He was my father's best friend on the force. They went to the academy together. I've known him all my life.
You had any contact with him since his incarceration?
No.
I imagine not. I mean, a man killed your father. You're not just gonna pick up the phone and kick around old times.
How can I be of assistance to you?
You seem very cool about this.
Gerard is serving a life sentence. Whatever my feelings, they ended with his imprisonment.
2 months ago, Gerard reached out to one of your Crown attorneys. Let it be known that he'd be willing to talk about his involvement in other criminal activities in exchange for making his life easier.
Apparently, he had an arrangement with an American arms dealer named Lloyd Nash. It's a name that interested us.
Last week, Gerard was in transit to testify here in front of a grand jury. 2 U.S. Marshals picked him up in Toronto and flew him to O'Hare, where he disappeared.
He had help.
And we've been looking for him for 7 days. We can't even find his shadow. As you said, you've known him all your life. We figured you might be able to help.
Well, I would still have to clear it through the consulate.
Grand jury convenes on Wednesday. We have 1 day to find Gerard, or Nash will never see the inside of a prison gate. That's our problem. Your problem is the man who killed your father is out there, enjoying life. Clear it all you want.
Anything you could think of. Contacts you might have here, family members or friends we don't know about. We'd appreciate it.
Vecchio, you're going to trial a week from Wednesday on the Turner Brothers case. I've turned it over to Assistant State's Attorney Hilliard.
Stress-related vacation, Louise?
I've assured Hilliard that you will have a complete and thorough recollection of the details of the case so as not to embarrass him on the stand, because if you embarrass him, you embarrass me. And you don't want to embarrass me. Read it.
Busy?
Nope. Nash, Lloyd. How do you get any respect as a criminal with a name like Lloyd?
Is that a serious question?
No, Fraser. Is this the guy Gerard's supposed to testify against?
Apparently.
Here it is. Lloyd P. Nash. You want to know what the P stands for?
Is it pertinent?
Not even close. Well, I can see why the state's attorney wants him so bad. Indictment 7, conviction 0. Yeah, it seems all key witnesses have a funny way of disappearing just before each trial.
Where can we find him?
Come on. Fraser, if you're going to keep doing that, people aren't going to be able to find anything around here.
I'm sorry.
All right, so here's the plan. Good cop, bad cop.
And I play?
Take a guess. So we go in, you tip your hat and curtsy. I threaten to burn down the warehouse if he doesn't turn over Gerard, none of which will do any good.
Well, why's that, Ray?
Look, use your head, Fraser. If Gerard is supposed to testify against Nash, you think he's going to turn him over to us?
Never hurt to ask.
And that's not true. Sometimes it hurts very much. People tend to shoot bullets at other people for asking questions like this.
Make sure they're all there. You say this guy Gerard is supposed to be giving testimony against me?
Hey, don't play like you don't know, all right? The question is, how much heat do you want to bring upon yourself? Because it just so happens I have a pack of matches in my breast pocket.
Yeah, I noticed the bulge.
You want to play? All right, let's play. What's in the crate?
Christmas decorations.
You got a permit for him?
In fact, I do. Why don't you go pick up a warrant and I'll show it to you. Now I suggest you and your friends step off my premises. It's not a safe place to be standing. A bulb might burst.
Look, let me tell you what's not safe, all right?
We appreciate your time.
No, he appreciates your time. I don't appreciate anything.
Ray, I think Mr. Nash understands our position, and if it's in his interest to cooperate, he will do so. Why don't you give him your business card?
No need. I have your number.
And we got yours, Lloyd. Why don't you ask him what the P stands for? What did I tell you?
When, Ray?
Waste of time and audio tape.
You recorded that conversation?
Yeah, it's a new policy. Anytime I go anywhere with you, I record everything. Mainly because if I have to go to court, no jury will ever believe the damn things that come out of your mouth. Why isn't this thing turning?
Did you depress the red button?
Yes, I depressed the red button.
And did you press play at the same time?
Of course I pressed play at the same time.
Here, let me have a look.
I know how to operate a tape recorder.
Well, I wasn't saying that you don't.
Then why did you ask me if I depressed the red button?
Well, I only meant that sometimes it's the obvious things that we overlook, Ray. I mean, by way of example, it was obvious that Nash was operating openly. In fact, he appeared to be flaunting it.
Look, buying guns isn't illegal. Smuggling them out of the country will get you arrested.
Still, it's not the way you would expect a person to behave if they were under threat of indictment. One could almost conclude that he was trying to tell us something.
Look, if he was trying to say something, I would have heard it, okay? What?
Are you still recording?
You're a very funny man. What do you want?
I made a call for you. The package you're looking for is at the Waverly Hotel, room 311. I told you I had your number.
You just told us where to find Gerard.
Something isn't right here, Ray.
There's nothing right about this, Fraser. Nothing at all. testify against you. Would you tell the cops where he was?
We've been through this, Ray.
I don't like this, Fraser. We're gonna knock on that door and a shotgun blast is gonna remove a portion of my body I'm not ready to part with.
Benny. Take this. No, I can't, Ray.
Look, 2 will get you 7 that Gerard's not even in there. But if we find him and he should put up a fight or try to escape,
Then we'll pursue him.
yeah, but maybe I can't keep up. Maybe my ankle's gonna give way.
Are you saying you need to see a doctor?
This man killed your father. If he should shoot at you or come toward you in a threatening manner,
Then I'll disarm him.
okay. Say you needed to defend yourself, to discharge a weapon, and accidentally kill Gerard. I'm just saying that I would let people know that it was self-defense. You don't have to worry that I would let him know it was anything but self-defense.
I understand, Ray. And I appreciate that. But I simply want to see Gerard return to prison. That's all.
Okay. Let's go say hello. I knew it was too good to be true. I'll come in from the street.
I never thought you'd be the one they'd send to kill me. A little tighter, I can still feel my fingers.
This is Constable Fraser for Detective Vecchio, please. It's urgent. Well, when he does come in, could you please tell him that I'm at the consulate? Yes, thank you kindly. Who was shooting at you today?
You brought them with you, you tell me.
Nash.
Nash? You really don't know what's going on, do you?
Who wants you dead?
Who sent you looking for me?
They shot at me. They shot at my friend. I want to know what it is we walked into.
What's wrong, Constable? People not behaving the way you want them to anymore? The good guys don't wear their white hats, and the bad guys don't like black.
You're going back to prison, Gerard.
I don't think so, Ben. The moment you turn me over, I'm dead. You already guessed that much. You just don't know what it means.
I don't give a damn.
See, I forgot for a moment who I was dealing with. You're Bob Fraser's son. I can't tell you the number of times he almost died trying to bring some lowlife to justice. He'd give him his food. He'd carry them on his back. Men who had done unspeakable things, men he detested, men who had tried to kill him. But he never brought one back dead. Because the moment they were his responsibility, he'd sacrifice himself before letting them die. That's what finally got him killed, you know. He was trying to bring me in, and he walked into a trap. You're cut from the same bolt. I don't have to tell you anything more than you already know. And you'll go out there and lay down your life trying to protect me.
Shoot him, son. Shoot him between his rat-like little eyes. Now, don't walk away from me. This is your father talking. The bastard is sitting in there bragging about how he had me killed. And all I'm asking is that you do one small thing for me. Shoot him in the stomach and let him bleed to death. Think of it as a son's gift to his father. You did forget my birthday.
You were dead.
Well, still, one can have feelings. Not even a card.
I am not going to shoot him.
Oh, now you're being silly. Here, use mine. They won't be able to trace it.
Dad, we've been through this. That is an imaginary gun. It fires imaginary bullets.
Well, it wouldn't hurt to try, son. Go on, pump a few into his torso, and if it doesn't kill him, maybe he'll have a heart attack.
All right, you want me to try? Satisfied?
Aye, aye. Point taken. Grab the lamp, he'll crack his skull, make it look like a freak lighting accident.
A freak lighting accident?
Oh, sure. Happens all the time. Lightning strikes the wire, sends a jolt through the line, lamp hops up, hits him in the skull, splits it in two, and you never had a chance to prevent it. Happens so fast.
Dad, I know what he did. And believe me, it takes every bit of restraint I have not to walk back in that room and separate his head from his shoulders.
Oh, you should always go on an impulse, son.
But I cannot do that, and neither could you.
Well, if I could pick up a lamp, I would sure as hell try.
No, you wouldn't.
I would.
Dad, you are only saying that because you're dead and you know you can't.
Well, exactly, which is why I'm asking you to do it. If you really love me, son, you'd strangle him for me.
No. If I really loved you, I would have... Forget it. Where is he? He's in my office. Is he alive? Yes, Ray.
He'd shoot him for you if you asked.
You okay?
Well, he would.
I'll be right back. Diefenbaker.
Hey, yank.
Watch him. If he tries to escape, tear out his throat.
Anything I can help you with, Constable?
As a matter of fact, there is. There's someone in my office. I can't tell you who.
Ah, I understand.
Now, don't let anyone go in or out of that door.
Including myself.
Especially not yourself.
Not in or out.
That is correct.
But I'm already out, sir.
Yes.
So if I find myself inside, I should just stay there.
Whoa. We're not taking them?
No.
Fraser, you want to explain this to me?
Son, did I ever teach you how to make a proper noose?
Thanks. 3 years ago, the ATF got a tip that Nash was taking a truckload of automatic weapons into Canada, some small border crossing in Minnesota. Somehow the FBI got wind of it too and insisted on being in on the bust. They stake out the crossing, Nash shows up, they arrest him and a couple of sidekicks and seize the truck. They suspected that someone had paid off the Canadian customs officials, but all the feds could do was to report those suspicions to the RCMP.
And they called Gerard.
It was his jurisdiction.
Yeah, nice arrangement. He bribes the border guards and the feds ask him to investigate his own crime.
Here's where it gets strange. Nash and his men were released the next day and no charges were ever brought.
They had him cold with a truckload of weapons.
That's all she could tell me.
Agents Borland and McFadden. Now might be a good time to tell them you found their prisoner, but you're not willing to give him up yet.
I'd rather avoid that.
Good idea. So where are we going?
Back to see Nash.
This is crazy. This Gerard guy's spinning you in circles. You know, Khan will tell you anything to stay out of the joint.
Someone tried to kill him.
Yeah, Nash.
Well, if Nash wanted him dead, why would he have sent us there? Well, maybe he wanted to kill us too.
What possible motive could he have for that?
You know, sometimes you are the most annoying man that I know. There's plenty of times that I want to kill you, and I'm your best friend.
Now, Ray, that's just not true.
Look, I don't know what this Gerard guy is up to, but he's playing you like a jukebox, and he's pushing all the right buttons.
Vecchio!
Oh, God, pretend you didn't hear that. Go, 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 go. Hey, Benny, do me a favor. Pin this to your chest.
It says I am mentally deficient.
Yeah, I just want Nash to know so he doesn't shoot us both dead.
That's not going to happen, Ray. All I'm going to ask him to do is tell the truth.
Just pin it to your chest. No. Pin it to your chest.
Why? Because I think you know it's in your best interest.
Let me tell you a story. I had a friend, a man who, unlike myself, dealt in the illegal weapons trade.
I wonder who this could be.
Well, my friend had a very sweet setup with some Canadian who would help him bring goods across the border. This went on for a few years. All involved took a small cut and were content with that. Till one night when things went bad. Now, it wasn't until later that he suspected his Canadian friend had set him up in order to make a larger profit.
All good reasons for your friend to want to kill said Canuck, especially if that snowback was going to testify against him.
Well, it may be true that my friend would like to see this Canadian below some freshly turned soil, but not until after he gives testimony to the grand jury.
Fraser, give him that piece of paper. I think he should be wearing it.
When my friend took his truck to the border, it was loaded with very expensive automatic weapons. When the same truck reached the federal impound, it carried only a few cheap handguns. Now, while my friend was pleased to be released with a slap on the wrist, he realized someone had stolen from him.
So you're saying that agents from the ATF and the FBI stole your weapons?
My friend only knows that he was out $250,000. This is not an expense his business can easily absorb. He would just like someone to pay, one way or another.
So you called the state's attorney?
My friend has a deep belief in the integrity of the criminal justice system. He'd like to see it work.
Nash wasn't the target of the grand jury. They're out to indict the agents on the scene. That's who Gerard was supposed to testify against. Oh, great. So now we're going to help some criminals bring down two arms of the federal government. You know, I'm so glad we have this on tape. I can't wait to get back and sell it to Oliver Stone. What is wrong with this thing?
Did you check the batteries?
Look, if you ask me one more time...
Sorry.
Oh, great. What? Well, hello, Madam State's Attorney. Which witness would that be? No, I'm sorry, I haven't seen him all day. Yeah, he's right here, hold on.
Constable Fraser. Understood. Well, I'm under arrest.
Under arrest for what?
Obstruction of justice.
Obstruction of justice?
Cuffs, Ray.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Obstruction of justice. She's gotta be out of her.
Here, let me give you a hand.
Yeah, forget it.
I'm sorry, but I'm not at liberty to divulge that information.
How could you be so stupid?
All I want to know is if Gerard is in Fraser's office. And
We asked for his help. We didn't ask him to kidnap the guy.
Oh, is that how the FBI finds all their criminals, by relying on helpful Canadians?
Oh, it seems to have worked so far.
You know, I've heard about you.
He won't tell us if he's there.
For all we know, he might be dead. I mean, he certainly has a motive.
If he's there, tell him to put him on the phone.
Well, I'm afraid he won't do that.
Fraser says put him on the phone.
In order to do that, sir, I would have to confirm that there was someone here.
I have to use the bathroom, you moron!
If he's not there, who's that yelling to use the bathroom?
That's it. I want Vecchio arrested for aiding and abetting.
He said he never even saw the prisoner.
Which is true.
He's complicitous. He knows where he is.
Well, so do you. I want him arrested.
Just go over there and get Gerard and bring him back.
Well, you can't do that, actually. He's on Canadian soil. He's under my protection.
That's it. Lock him up.
You can't do that. He has diplomatic immunity.
No, strictly speaking, that's
Shut up, Fraser.
Will do.
If it's of any help, sir, I can confirm that we do have a bathroom.
Thank you, Ray.
Don't talk to me. I'm in a bad mood.
I'm sorry, Ray.
You want to know why I'm in a bad mood?
Well, that would require that I... Why, Ray?
I'm in a bad mood because I'm not used to arresting people and then immediately bailing them out, okay? It's embarrassing. Did you see those guys in lockup, how they were laughing at me? This is not a good thing, Fraser.
Come to think of it, I'm not even sure if it's entirely legal.
You want to know what I found out or not?
Oh, I'm sorry. Please, go ahead.
I got a friend down at the Bureau.
Really?
Don't be so smug, okay? He told me ever since Waco, the FBI has been making a lot of noise about absorbing the ATF. They want to embarrass them any way they can. And when they heard about this case, the FBI's been walking around with big grins on their faces. All of this leads me to the conclusion that the more I know about this case, the less sense it makes, and I don't want to know anything else. Do you understand?
I need to have a word in private.
Why?
There's something you should know.
Well, I don't want to hear it.
Right.
All right, fine. Follow me.
The truck was seized and impounded, and when they went to log the evidence, it wasn't there.
Caller?
Go ahead.
Who had control of the truck?
2 men from my district office.
Both ATF agents?
Yeah.
So what's all this about Gerard testifying against Nash?
I think I want to advertise that the grand jury's about to indict my own men. I don't even know what Gerard's going to say. He refused to name names until he's in front of the grand jury. I wasn't there. I don't even know that there were guns there in the first place. Maybe the feds took them. I just know that this happened on my watch. And if my men are involved, I have to bring them down. If I don't clean my own house, the feds do it for me. I can't afford that.
So that's why you're talking to us without Tweedledum.
Let's just say Special Agent Borland has his own agenda. I need you out to testify. I'm asking you to turn him over to me so I can take him in.
I'm sorry, I can't do that.
The grand jury convenes tomorrow morning. Can I trust you to get him there?
Yes, you can.
Understand my concern. This guy is doing time for murdering your father. If he disappears again or steps in front of a truck or comes to harm in any way while he's in your care, I can guarantee that I'll have you indicted for murder and use the full weight of my agency to ensure a conviction.
Here, try the one with the sprinkles. You take your job way too seriously.
We'll meet on the steps of the courthouse. We'll walk him in together.
All right.
I guess that's the best I can do.
I don't know who's stupider, that Mountie or your dog.
Sorry I'm late. I had to help somebody with a tire.
You helped somebody with a tire?
Hey, look, you're not the only one around here who can turn a good deed.
Well, I'm sorry, Ray. Let's go. You can open your eyes now.
Oh, thank you. We stand on guard for the...
Where'd he go?
Who?
Never mind.
God keep our land.
FBI's tire? That's really quite commendable, Ray.
Thank you, Fraser.
You get everything you need out of the car?
Yes, Ray.
Oh, yeah, this is gonna be great for my allergies. We couldn't go to a hotel, huh?
Since we don't know who it is that's looking for him, we don't know what their search capabilities are. Raise your hands.
Oh, yeah, just take those off. We'll go on the honor system here, Fraser. What are you thinking?
He's not gonna run.
Oh, did he give you his word as a Mountie?
No. He just knows if he tries, I'll kill him.
You got me so terrified I won't be able to sleep.
Oh, Benny, can I have those back, please?
Sorry.
Sleep tight.
Ray.
One more peep out of you, and I'm going home. Need a pillow?
No, thanks, Ray.
I'd like one.
Did I ask you? I don't know. That's it. I can't sleep here. I'll take first watch.
All right, thanks, Ray.
Yeah.
You are just like your father. You put duty above everything else. Duty to the force, duty to your friends, even duty to your enemies. I can't say I understand it, but I admire it.
You know, I'm not really interested in talking to you, so I suggest you go to sleep.
His greatest strength was his greatest weakness. I could always predict exactly what he was going to do. I knew I could count on him, and I knew I could count on you.
Just not really in the mood to talk.
Have a good sleep.
Psst. Look what I made for you, son.
Oh, Dad.
All right. Deep down, I knew you couldn't do it. But if you could just go over there and kick him a few times.
I knew you were in trouble, you know.
What do you mean?
When we talked that last time before you died, I knew something was bothering you.
Nah, you couldn't. I didn't say a thing.
No, I heard in your voice. I didn't ask. Do you know how many times I've wondered why I didn't? And how many times I've thought, if I'd just done that one thing, maybe you'd still be here.
I am here.
No, I mean alive.
Oh, dead or alive, you still never listen to me. Just one good kidney punch. If I could see him writhing in pain, I could rest easy.
It was always the same with us, wasn't it? I mean, if I knew there was something bothering you, something personal, I wouldn't ask. I wouldn't push it. I used to tell myself it was out of respect for you. But the truth is, I was afraid. It was that fear that got you killed.
If you had asked, I wouldn't have told you.
Why? I could have helped. I could have done something.
Father asking his son for help. It's not an easy thing to do, you know. Would be like admitting I was old.
Or human.
No. You wait till you're my age. Wait till some young Turk comes up and says, "Can I give you a hand with that, Pops?" See if you say yes. He was my friend. I had to bring him in myself. I owed it to him.
Well, what did you owe me?
Oh, God. Gonna be this kind of conversation.
No, you know, you were so afraid to open up. It's as though you chose to be killed rather than expose your feelings.
That's ridiculous.
Well, it's more or less what happened, isn't it? The thing is, I'm no better. I mean, I never loved anyone as much as I loved you.
No, stop that kind of talk right now.
And I could never, ever say it.
Well, if you did, I would have hit you. That's my fault. Shouldn't have left you with your grandmother all that time. You don't know till it's too late, the effect that women can have on you. For years, you're living a perfectly normal life. Then one day, right out of the blue, you start thinking about feelings and emotions. That was my mistake, not yours, son. Now, you go ahead, you blubber on.
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Well, you're not going to sulk now, are you?
I'm not sulking. I don't sulk. He said I was just like you.
Shows you how much he knows.
He knew what I was gonna do.
Look out, son.
Call him off.
Diefenbaker.
Good dog. Bite him again.
We've come for you, prisoner.
You took your sweet time about it.
Sorry, Fraser. No, that's all right, Ray. I didn't see it myself.
See what, son? I'm somewhat confused.
McFadden and Gerard were working together. McFadden's men stole the weapons, they split the profits.
Bring the car around to the front.
Of course, Agent McFadden wasn't on the scene, so he was in the clear. But he knew if Gerard named names in front of the grand jury, his would be at the top of the list, so they cut another deal.
I'll take the keys.
Yeah, bite me.
They had to get Gerard away from the marshals, but McFadden had to make it look as though he was doing everything in his power to bring him back. Of course, you knew that you could count on me to not turn you in.
Stab him with your knife, son. Too late.
A simple quid pro quo. They get my silence, I get my freedom. Unfortunately, I was forced to kill you and your friend in making my escape. The irony is, you're the one who'll be blamed.
Well, no, actually, Gerard, the irony is that you've just helped plan your murder. McFadden can't let you disappear because he knows if you ever resurfaced, he'd be right back in the same box he's in now.
Give me the cop's gun.
I held up my end of the bargain.
Yeah, you're an honorable man. I appreciate that. You get over with your friend.
Yeah, carry me.
You kill all three of us, you can't cover it up. They're gonna know it was you.
Well, no, actually. I think he's done quite a good job of reminding everybody that I have a good motive to murder you, and you me.
Oh, I don't think you should argue in their favor, son.
Step away from the door.
Go to hell!
All right.
Finally, someone shoots him.
Before you kill him, there's something you should know about this man.
What?
I don't understand it now, but when I was a boy, I admired him.
Oh, for God's sake, son, what are you saying?
And I can still remember the first time he came to visit us.
Oh, God, do I have to listen to this?
Now stop it, son. You're embarrassing yourself.
He stood so tall in his uniform. You know, I've never told him this, but secretly, I wished he was my father.
If you're gonna shoot me, shoot me!
I don't know, maybe it's just because he was so much taller.
But he's no taller than me. People shrink when they die. Everyone knows that. In life, I was 6'2".
Anyway, the thing I wanted to say is,
Get away from me.
you broke my heart.
Oh, this is just too sick.
What the hell was that all about? Well, we needed an advantage, Ray, so I had to unnerve them. And there's nothing more unnerving to men than talking about feelings.
Measure! Not a hair about 6-1. Ask them for a tape.
No, I will not ask them for a tape. You already got one. What? This works? Of course it does.
I can buy silence. I can buy freedom.
You head for the door and I'll cover you. I can't leave him, Ray. Look, we don't need him alive. We got everything we need on tape. Besides, he's not going anywhere. I gave him my word that I would protect him. Look, I owe it to him, whether he deserves it or not.
Now, that's where I made my mistake, son.
I'm going for him.
Feel better?
Oh, no, Ray. I have a bullet in my leg.
Mother was nearly 6 feet and I was taller than she was.
I'm out of bullets.
What's this?
What?
I'm out of bullets.
Let's get out of here! Let's get out of here! I'll get the car! How did you do that?
All right?
Yeah. Stay put.
My hand.
You're dead.
No time to be choosy. Oh, my mistake.
What did you do?
Nothing. Just tried to give him a hand.
You don't have a hand.
Well, still I had to offer it, son. Whether he deserved it or not.
All right, throw down your guns and keep your hands where I can see them.
All right, here they come, John. Give me a good shot of them. Okay, get in right. Let's go. Here they go. Excuse me, Ray. Ma'am. Get it closer. No, wait. State's Attorney St. Lawrence. Excuse me, can we ask you a question? What kind of evidence was presented? Will ATF Agent McFadden be charged?
Just one more question, please. Just one.
So, how's your leg? Fine. Is that the same leg that they shot you in last time?
Yes.
The same leg they stabbed you in?
Yes, Ray.
Does your country give you medals for getting wounded like that?
No, not that I'm aware of.
And I think you should have this.
Please shoot the other leg. Well, that's just not amusing, Ray.
High winds, northern sky will carry you away. You know you have to leave here. You wish wish that you could stay. There's 4 directions on this map, but you're only going one way. Due south.